I'm good, thank you. How are you, my darling?
I'm okay. Really excited to be here. Honestly, I was rushing to get here and be ready for this, so I'm
Yeah,
glad I managed it. But no, I'm very happy. Yeah, thank you for
nursing life.
having. It is nursing life. Yeah, it's challenging to say the least, but very rewarding, I think, overall. So I'm very happy. Yeah, it's been a
Oh,
tough.
but thank you so much for agreeing to do this live. I know you guys are super busy and you're juggling work and you're juggling getting ready for the finals, which is tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like, it's come around so quickly from when Paula announced it. I was just like, a week, you can get a lot done in a week, but literally it's gone by so quickly.
Yeah, yeah. It's shocking, to be honest. I think this entire week for me has been so challenging. I submitted my dissertation yesterday and then I was like, awards.
Congratulations.
So much. Thank you. It feels so surreal, honestly. This week is just insane. So yeah, it's been a challenge, but I think I anticipated it and I knew this week was going to be intense a while ago. So it's everything I expected and I'm quite happy now that it's coming to a close, honestly.
Yeah, one of the things, because it was supposed to happen in July, for
Yeah.
anyone who's listened into the lives, I think I have repeated this so many times, but this year has not been the same for any of us. And as a contestant, how has that been like in your journey as for the Miss Universe crown?
It's been interesting because I think at the beginning of the year, nobody anticipated for any of this to happen. I think we've had viruses in the past like Ebola and like, swine flu and all of these things, and nobody ever anticipated something like COVID to affect so many people in such a significant way. So I wasn't surprised hearing that the competition was going to be moved. And if I'm honest, I didn't really have time to process it because as soon as, COVID really started getting bad in the UK, I was right back on the wards working from May all the way to August, just like on COVID wards. And it was quite challenging, but I haven't really had time to process anything. But I am pleased that Paula kind of pushed forward with the competition and ensured that it would carry on. That's probably been the highlight of my year so far. Just knowing
Yeah,
that.
to be honest, when she made that announcement, I was just like, thank you for this mini Christmas present, because I appreciate it, because pageants have been cancelled left, right and center. And
Honestly.
for, even though it's socially distanced and there won't be an audience, we were also appreciative. So I'm guessing you guys are even more grateful than we are that you actually get to do something this year.
Yeah.
But what made you choose Miss Universe TV? Like, what was it about Miss Universe that convinced you that you wanted to go for it over all the other pageants?
I had a patient. Her name was Natalie. So this was actually in February, which is so strange. So a patient of mine, we were talking about lip color, and because I always wear makeup to work, so a patient of mine and I were talking, and she asked me if I'd ever competed for a beauty pageant, and so I was like, no, it's all very new, but it sounds pretty cool to me. And so she said, you should try, like you should apply for Miss Universe. And I was like, what's the process? And I don't think she was experienced in pageantry, but she just wouldn't let it go. So
Yeah.
she had been my patient for at least, I think, 2 or 3 weeks. And every time I came to work, she would ask me, have you applied?
Have you applied?
Have you applied? Have you applied? Have you applied? And so eventually I did, and I heard back, and it was just the story from there. So I think Miss Universe was the main pageant that I thought about. On a world stage, it's renowned, and I think Great Britain have always had chances to win, and I just think that overall, I would hope us by being Miss Universe Great Britain.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing, to be fair. And I always get so amazed and I'm awed by you guys, because when you say that Miss Universe is your first pageant and you've gone for the top one. Are you a bit like Anna, though, that Miss Universe is the only title that you want, or are you now starting to think that there is a bigger stage and bigger universe out there, or in terms of pageantry, beside Miss Universe, or are you just focused on this one?
Well, I have a wonderful friend. So her name's Sophia Mayers, and she does.
I love Sophia.
She's amazing. So she does pageantry, and I see all of the amazing things that she does outside of like her normal working life, and she's so uplifting, so encouraging, and I just look to her and I think, my goodness, if she's gotten these skills from pageantry, then there's so much more that I can get. And so that in itself, and I think the sisterhood aspect of pageantry was something I didn't anticipate. So looking at all of these new things and aspects of pageantry, I feel that it's something I would love to get involved in following Miss Universe. But you're right, I definitely have jumped in the deep end.
Yeah.
And I think I just take things as they go. So I'm not doing anything crazy or whatever. I'm just going to see how it goes. But I am very honoured to be part of something so big with very experience.
Well, Paula must have seen something in you that is worthy of being part of the Miss Universe organization. So that's brilliant to actually know. But what's the process of getting to know your fellow contestants and things like that? Because as I've said, we haven't had any events, so you haven't had the full pageant experience that so many of us addicted to it. But what's that been like, getting to know the people that you're competing with and things like that?
So I'm infamous for being very bad at replying at group chats. And so this may actually be the first time some of the girls are hearing what I sound like and seeing what I look like. I think initially we're all very much looking forward to having the 3-day activities, you know, the bring a bra ball, and all of these amazing things that we would have planned and get the opportunity to know one another. But, you know, from what I've seen on the group chats, I have participated, by the way. Chats, just to let you know, I have. My friends watching will know how bad I am. But I have participated, and from what I can see, the girls are so helpful. Even as recently as today, they sent a checklist of things that we need to bring for the pageants. So hairsprays, heels, shoes, things that you might get. So for me, any kind of stigma of pageantry that's like catty or whatever has been thrown out the window, because I just see how genuine these girls are. So I'm looking forward to seeing what everyone looks like tomorrow and like encountering them in person and actually being able to share my personality with them and see what they're like. Because from what I can see, they're awesome. Like
to be fair, you've got a good group of girls competing this year, and I know probably 3/4 of the girls competing because I've seen them in previous pageants and things like that, and some of them are friends. So honestly, you are with a very, very good group of girls in terms of personality and everything else. But stay away from Sharon Gaffner, because she drives me crazy in terms of how chilled and laid back. Do not be like her.
Oh my god, no, she's actually really funny. Because we had a group call. I hope she doesn't mind me sharing this, but we had a group call, and she was asking if the location that we were at had like a mini fridge or something like that, and it was random. And, you know, look, she's right there saying, "Luby, you are fun. You are fun. You are hilarious." Though I've been laughing at her. She's hilarious. Cool. I'm looking forward to meeting everybody. Like it's a nice sisterhood, I think. Even though we haven't seen each other in person, everyone seems so genuine and just hilarious. But she's saying, "I need my food."
Yeah, but one of the things that I wanted to ask, and I'll ask this so that we can get this question out of the way, because I know it's been making some of you nervous about it. But why should you win Miss Universe TV?
Well, I think that's a really good question with respect to why should I win. I think there's a lot to be said about Great Britain and why it's one of the leading countries, and you have so many people migrating here. It's inclusive. My father, being the daughter of an immigrant, my father set up a business. You know, my whole family established themselves having come to the United Kingdom. I plan to raise my family here. It's an inclusive place. I work for the NHS. That in itself is a representation of just the care, the progress, and I guess just the foundations of an economy and a society that care for their people. Having a representation of that embodied in a person is something that I feel Miss Universe needs. And I feel that the pride that I have being British is something that's expressed in me and exudes from my character. I think that comes out when you meet me, when you hear me speak. I love to travel, and people immediately can tell that I'm British. And being Miss Universe Great Britain, I think it's something more intrinsic, and it's that it's a desire from within. And it's something that I feel that I've always represented in myself, being
Yeah.
British and bringing out the best of what Britain has to offer. And with the title and competing on a world stage, I think that I would bring home a title for, I guess, the 66 million Britons, you know, here that we're living with and living amongst us, and just represent what Britain is and show the multicultural diversity that we provide in our society and the genuine care that exudes from every British person, I think.
So as part of a follow-up question is, do you need the crown or does the crown need you?
Oh, that's a good question. Oh, do I need the crown or does the crown need me? I would say that's a bipartisan thing, don't you think? In the sense of course, like if I need the crown, I think it's something that would sound really antiquated and just a bit odd. So in that sense, I would say that, do I need the crown? Does the crown need me? I don't know. I'd say I'm in the middle for that. I'm split. I'm split. I think it works hand in hand. If I'm going to be honest, yeah, I think it works hand in hand. Do I need the crown or does the crown need me? I think, yeah, yes to both, if I can.
Okay, so
for a follow-up question?
Yeah, so with the follow-up question is, what do you then bring to the crown?
I think I would bring a refreshed and genuine energy in the sense of I'm very authentic and I'm basically the person that you see. I laugh a lot. I am very serious when it comes to who I am as a person and what I represent. And if anything, this is something that needs to be spoken about on a world stage. The best of Britain, the work ethic, the care, the way our society is structured, the fact that we have help for people who are struggling, the fact that there are people who know where to go when they're not feeling well. These are credits and attributes in Great Britain that a lot of countries don't have. These are things that are celebrated and spoken about. And if I had the opportunity to have the crown and be a representation of that very thing, it would be something that would make me extremely proud. And I think just the aspect of giving and being an individual who works in a job where most of what we do takes a lot of work out of us, I would try to spread this message and encourage each individual to have the care, authenticity, and appreciation of themselves so that they can, I guess, uplift and enrich anybody that they encounter, because that's what I try to do in my day-to-day life, and I would say working life also. And I would just hope to spread that message and show how easy it is to give a good thing to somebody who's in need.
But one of the other questions, because with you being relatively new, I think you'll also bring a new perspective into this, is how can we get other people outside of pageantry to get involved in pageantry, to see what it's all about, that it's not everything that the media portrays it to be, because we're not catty, we're not sabotaging anyone backstage and things like that. It just doesn't happen. That only happens in movies. Like, I think we're a friendly, inclusive group of women that empower each other and uplift each other. So how can we get other people to see that and to want to get involved with pageants?
I think the first notion to change is the impression that the media's projected. So this idea that pageantry is catty, the idea that women don't support each other. If anything, this year has shown how unified humanity can be. And with respect to a sisterhood and how women are as individuals, I have never once with this pageantry felt that anybody had any ill intentions. And so I think the way to show this is by speaking about it, is by encouraging young people and refreshing this antiquated idea that pageantry is something for girls who only look a certain way. We need to change the notion that pageantry is just the one, because I, as a person who hasn't been in pageantry, can see how inclusive it is, can see how many people are. And so it's unfortunate that we weren't able to join with the girls, and COVID restrictions, we weren't able to be together. But I think if perhaps we were able to show how unified the group chats are, show how encouraging the girls are, particularly when people couldn't continue in the competition, and just the outreach. These things need to be put on stage so that young people can see there's so much more to pageantry than what the media projects. And this year's fantastic in the sense that people are seeing the power of information and the spread of information, and the fact that that change of idea and mentality through the means of communication is something that really makes an impact. And I think we could show that with pageantry.
Yeah. So and now a lighter question, because I feel like I've given you some hard ones to think about, but like, what has your week looked like in terms of prep for the finals?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you. I'm honestly, it has been, so I'm very relaxed. Like, I don't stress about anything. It takes a lot to get me.
So I'm stressed on your behalf.
Yeah. I think most of my friends are as well that, Michaela, you're crazy, you know. So with respect to preparation, I actually emailed Paula this week because I said my dissertation is draining everything that it takes for me to be alive right now. So I had to focus on my dissertation. I had to do my hair, you know, get ready for that. I had to try on my dress. Today I've been wearing my stilettos for the competition walking, because I think we have to walk down a staircase, so that's going to be challenging. So I've just been practicing walking up and down stairs and hills, you know, strutting around in a bikini as well. So it's just practice to not fall down, because obviously a lot of these girls are seasoned in their pageantry walks and whatever else, and I'm quite new to this, so I don't want to fall down. I think if I don't fall down, I'll be very happy. So
okay, I think the first part of it is not to tell, like, don't talk about falling, because what you put into existence will come about in one way or another. So, but one thing that helps is to actually focus your eyes in front of you. Don't look down, because looking down will give you issues of where things actually are. So look ahead of you and just put one foot in front of the other. Honestly, it works. It works for me every single time.
God. All right. I need some more tips, by the way. I wish I'd spoken to you like a couple of days ago, because this is very new. I need to speak to Sophia as well, like have a little phone call with her and just ask her what I need to know in order to not fail.
Honestly, it's one of those where there isn't a thing called failure. It's all lessons, and it's your first one. So first of all, breathe is the one thing that I tell everybody. Just breathe and go into it knowing that you want to have fun, because if you go into it stressed, it will show in your face, in your walk, in everything. So go into it relaxed, wanting to have fun. You've got an amazing group of girls that you're competing with, so I'm sure that even though it's socially distanced, I'm sure that all of them will be more than happy to support and to help you out if you think of anything on the day. They're not going to hold things to themselves, so it's always so use it to your advantage. Ask questions. So Pageant Land Online is always there. There's a team behind me. By the way, I'm not the only person for Pageant Land Online. It really is a team of us. It's a group. So if it's not me responding, it's someone else in the team responding. So you'll always get someone to answer any questions that you have and things like that. But for tonight, have you packed is my question.
I haven't. I literally just finished. I think Sharon and I actually are a lot more similar than you'd like to admit, in the sense of we're very chilled out, because I really don't stress. I have not packed. I have been organized in the sense that I've had everything ready. So when I say I haven't packed, I more so mean that I haven't put my things in a suitcase, but my belongings are put to the side. I do know what I'm bringing. I do know what I'm wearing. So
because that's one step closer. Just make sure that tonight you pack everything so that you don't have to rush in the morning and things like that. But are you already? Okay, I know you can't tell me because Paula has all sworn you guys into secrecy, but are you close to the venue, or do you have a long drive tomorrow?
So I'm based between Cambridge and London, so I have a long drive either way. With respect to geography, I wouldn't know the proximity between the location and where I am, so I can't actually say, like, quite literally, because I don't know whether it's a long journey or not. But
okay, tonight that is your homework, to actually check the distance so that you can leave with enough time to get there tomorrow.
I promise I will be on time tomorrow, ready and excited, and just first pageant, first approach, all of those things. I'm looking forward to it. I do think it's going to be quite exciting. As I said, the girls seem amazing. I have been doing my preparation on the side. Your questions were pretty hard hitting, I have to say.
Honestly, one of the things that it's one of the questions that come up as I've competed. So it's nothing that, because you're a first timer, it's harder for you. It's harder for you than the seasoned ones. But honestly, these are the type of questions that you could get in your interview.
Yeah.
So it's something for you to prepare. And I have a wonderful, wonderful interview at 8 o'clock with Grace Levy. She is the official head. Yeah, she's the official trainer for Miss Universe GB. So she's a coach, and one of the things that we'll be discussing in that live is coaching and everything involved in that. So it is a live worth watching for you as a first comer to see what coaching involves. And if you're going to do it next year, it's something that is worth investing in. Honestly, it is, because a coach will eliminate half of your questions. Because and get you prepared. But thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me and rushing home from work. I appreciate it. But just to be here. So guys, this is Michaela. What's your voter number?
I need to find that out.
Michaela.
Oh no, it's number 4. It's number 4.
Okay. Guys, if you're voting for Michaela, she's number 4. Check her out on the Miss Universe GB website, where you can vote for the finalist. If you don't know how to navigate the site, go over to the Miss Universe Great Britain Instagram page. They've literally got a reel that they posted either today or yesterday, and it shows you how to get onto it and how to get to the finalist, and you guys can vote for your favorite there. But thank you so much for joining me. Good luck tomorrow. If any questions in the meantime, just message Pageant Land online or message the girls in your group chat. I'm sure someone will be happy to help you out.
Thank you for having me, and it was really nice talking to you and learning about just pageantry generally. And yeah, thank you for your best wishes. And
thank you.
I will be prepared. Okay, so
yeah, be prepared.